The days of a transfer window are the golden days for the media, the time when there are more rumors and signings than ever, among them some big ones. As soon as some club pays a large sum for a player, the newcomer gets a top label. But what really shows how good a player is the total transfer fee paid for him. This video by Goal24 is about the most expensive players as far as total transfer fee is concerned. Before we start, we'd like to test your intuition. What do you think? Who is going to be number one in our list? But don't cheat, watch the video to the end and see if your guess is right. And now it's time for us to begin. Number 10. Gonzalo Iguain, total transfer fee 159 million euros. Gonzalo Iguain, who had just turned 19 at that time, was signed by Real Madrid from River Plate in January 2007. His age, however, didn't prevent him from scoring a winner on his La Liga debut. Real Madrid won 2 consecutive La Liga titles, but then Guardiola came to build the unstoppable Barcelona, and it became obvious that the Los Blancos squad had to be strengthened. Gonzalo wasn't too happy with the lack of trust from the board. Even though he would score 20 goals per season, the new attackers were signed, Kaká and Benzema. It's understandable though, Iguain was really good back then, but eventually Benzema won himself a place in the squad and Gonzalo left for Napoli for 39 million euros in 2013. He had 2 decent seasons in Italy. As for his third, it was simply incredible. 36 goals in 35 matches set a new Serie A record. That made Juventus sign Iguain for as much as 90 million euros. But now we can safely say, that season at Napoli was his peak. Then Gonzalo got slower, gained weight and got older. The spells at Milan and then at Chelsea did him no good. Now Gonzalo is an MLS player. However, he has already made history with that Serie A goal-scoring record. Number 9. Felipe Coutinho, total transfer fee 160,300,000 euros. Though it didn't look like a Mbappe or Haaland story at the beginning, Felipe Coutinho grew into a world-class player quite quickly. He didn't have much playing time at Inter, yes, but neither did he have any significant pressure on him. His progress made him a Liverpool transfer target as Rafa Benitez, the former Liverpool manager, who also coached Inter and Felipe as well, recommended Coutinho to the Scousers. And as it turned out later, Coutinho and Liverpool were simply meant for each other. That very transfer made Felipe the Premier League star, known worldwide. His passing, playmaking and shooting skills were a joy to behold. In 2017, some expected him to become a true Anfield legend, but Barcelona had other plans. The hefty offer of 135 million euros, impossible to reject, left Liverpool and Coutinho no choice. No way any other club could ever pay that much. But now we all know what happened next. A terrible spell at Barca, the lack of playing time, the injuries, the fans' discontent, and the loan to Aston Villa. That loan, however, kind of gave Felipe's career a fresh start, as now at Villa he's proving to everybody that his Barca spell was nothing but bad luck, and he may still be listed among the world's best playmakers. Number 8. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, total transfer fee 169,100,000 euros. The greatest of all Swedes is known for having played for a big number of clubs, and all of those clubs paid quite a lot for Zlatan. It all started with Ajax, and at Ajax he did show his talent and ambitions. Of all the big clubs interested, the one to sign Zlatan was Juventus for 16 million euros. After 2 seasons, Juve got hit with Calciopoli and demoted to Serie B. As for Zlatan, he moved to Inter. He didn't stay there for too long. After he played 118 games and scored 66 goals for Nerazzurri, he was sold to Barca, that very Barca, which was in its prime. But even though 70 million were paid for Ibra, he didn't fit Barcelona at all. He could be mostly found in the box, while the striker in that system had to move and press. That's why Zlatan was sold to Milan after only 1 season at Barca, and then to Paris to become a club legend. After 4 seasons at PSG, his own record, Zlatan went to England and after that to MLS. It didn't end in MLS though, as there was also an unexpected return to Milan as a free agent in December 2019. As for now, 40-year-old Zlatan Ibrahimovic is still playing and scoring for Milan, and how much time he has left as a player, only he knows. Number 7. Usman Dembele. Total transfer fee €175 million. Dembele has changed clubs only twice so far. He comes from Rennes Academy, which he joined at the age of 13. Usman had only spent one season at Rennes on the senior level, scored 12 goals and made 5 assists in League One. That was enough to draw Borussia Dortmund's interest. The 19-year-old Dembele moved to Germany and played almost every game in the 16-17 season. Thomas Tuchel had faith in the youngster from the moment he came, and Usman repaid his trust with almost 20 goals contributions in the Bundesliga and 6 assists in the Champions League, the second best number. As Usman Dembele showed himself both in the Bundesliga and in Europe, his market value drastically increased, and in August 2017 he joined Barca as the Blaugrana needed a replacement for Neymar. His move to PSG brought the club enough money to spend as much as €140 million on Dembele. It looked a decent replacement on paper. Usman was a creative dribbler able to score and assist, but in reality it was a terrible signing. Both his performance and discipline have been poor, and now it's hard to imagine a club spending that big a sum on Dembele. He may leave Barca as soon as this summer, once his contract expires. Number 6. Angel Di Maria. Total transfer fee €179 million. Among all the big club players, Angel Di Maria is probably the most underrated one. Angel is calm and modest, the one to shy away from all the hype, unlike Ronaldo, who he played with at Real Madrid, Messi at the national team, and Neymar, his PSG teammate. However, Di Maria, aged 34, has been a world-class player for more than a decade. His story was quite a common one for a Latin American. Angel moved to Benfica when he was young, and 3 years after he joined Real Madrid for €33 million. He did well to adapt there. He seemed to get along with all the star teammates, and his modesty only did him good. However, when Di Maria moved to Manchester United for as much as €75 million, it didn't go well for him. It was way harder to adapt in England than in Spain, and apart from it, there were injuries and misunderstandings between him and Van Gaal. As a result, Angel Di Maria only stayed at Man United for one season before moving to PSG. Who knows if it could have been different provided Angel was given more time, but it's not like he regrets it too much, as he really found himself at PSG. First, he was the finest assist maker for Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and then became a perfect teammate for Neymar and Mbappe. Number 5. Antoine Griezmann. Total transfer fee €184 million. As funny as it sounds, Griezmann, the Frenchman, had never played in France on the senior level as he left the country at the age of 14. He left for Spain and was enrolled at Real Sociedad Academy. 4 years after, Griezmann made his debut for the Sociedad first team. In 5 years, he played in every position in attack, and such versatility made Atletico pay for him as much as 54, club record at that time. In his first season at Atletico, Griezmann became their best goalscorer and 1 year after reached the Champions League final. While Antoine was an Atletico player, there was always interest from big clubs. His ability to create chances out of nowhere and then convert them is what made Griezmann an elite striker. However, he wasn't too eager to leave the club until 2019 when he accepted Barcelona's offer. And he didn't have a good time there, to be honest, as too rarely he showed what was expected from a €120 million player. Griezmann became unhappy at Barca pretty soon, and after only 2 years, he got back to Atletico, the club that still remembers him at his prime. Now we can conclude that the decision to leave Atletico was a really wrong one. Number 4. Alvaro Morata. Total transfer fee €189 million. Alvaro Morata has changed 4 clubs in 5 years. Looks like we have an Ibrahimovic fan here. But while Zlatan was always a top striker, no matter the club, Morata hasn't been at his best since he was 25. At Real Madrid, Alvaro never really had a chance because of Karim Benzema, so he accepted Juve's offer. His 2 seasons at Juventus were pretty decent. He reached the Champions League final in 2015, and then Real Madrid used the clause and brought him back to the club for 30 million. The 16-17 season was probably the best for Morata, even though he didn't start that many games. But still, Zidane's squad rotation allowed Alvaro to have more than enough playing time to show himself. However, he wasn't happy with the super sub status and decided to move to Chelsea for 66 million euros. But once Morata moved to England, his chance conversion became shockingly terrible, and it couldn't help but damage his confidence. The transfer turned out to be a waste of money. As for Morata, he never really found himself again after that bad streak. Neither at Chelsea nor at Atletico. When he was sold to Atletico for 35 million, it seemed too big a sum for a player who was past his prime. Indeed, Alvaro Morata hasn't been at his best for years, and now he's back to Juventus. Rediscovering his best form is going to be a challenge. Number 3. Cristiano Ronaldo. Total transfer fee 245 million euros. Ronaldo is more than just a name on a shirt. It's a world-famous brand. No wonder that top clubs were always willing to pay a fortune for him, as it's not only about what he may give on the pitch. Having Ronaldo at a club brings millions and millions of new fans. The Premier League fans have known him since his early Man United days. In 2013, the 18-year-old Cristiano was signed for 19 million, which was a bargain for such a talented player. With Man United, he won the Champions League and 3 Premier League titles before he moved to Real Madrid for record-breaking 94 million euros. It was a world record back in 2009, but even now it's a very decent sum for a top footballer. It does tell a lot about Cristiano, but his stats for Real Madrid tell even more. 311 goals in 292 games, more than a goal per game. Even at the age of 33, Ronaldo cost Juventus 117 million euros. That's more than Real Madrid bought him for when he was in his prime. That's one hell of a career for the Portuguese, one of the most greatest players in the history of the game. Now Cristiano is back at Man United, and sometimes it doesn't look like the very Cristiano we're used to seeing. Some may say he's finished, but there's a thing Cristiano Ronaldo has always been good at, proving the doubters wrong. Number 2. Neymar. Total transfer fee 310 million euros. Neymar has been the one to watch since he was dominating the Brazilian Serie A despite his young age. In 2013, he joined Barcelona for 88 million euros, made friends with Messi, and was about to become a team leader in the future. We might say he did become a team leader based on his performance for Barca and his achievements. But his ambitions, his desire to be the best is what made him leave Barca. PSG was the team to come for him and offer an absolutely mind-blowing sum of 222 million euros. However, he was nowhere near as good in France compared to his Barca days. Constant injuries were holding him back, while his team was struggling in the Champions League. As for now, Neymar is no longer considered the one to surpass Messi and Ronaldo. If there is a player who can do that, it's definitely not Neymar. Simple as that. And if the Brazilian ever wants to leave PSG, that will be quite a problem. Big clubs don't want him anymore. Barcelona can't afford such a signing. Real Madrid is likely to get Mbappe. The English super clubs don't need a player like him. And Bayern is surely not the team to sign 30-year-old Neymar. Still, you can't say that he's been a disappointment for PSG. Neymar is playing well, scoring goals and making assists. His dribbling is still on point, but pundits tend to claim that his prime was at Barcelona. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments. Number 1. Romelu Lukaku. Total transfer fee 325.5 million euros. Lukaku's career has been full of ups and downs. His only period of stability was at Everton. Lukaku was scoring goals on a regular basis and fit the English football like a glove. So his move to Manchester United for 85 million euros didn't raise many eyebrows, as United got a young but experienced Premier League player. At first it looked like the right signing for Man United. Lukaku scored 2 goals on his debut and 16 in that season. However, his second season at Manchester was way worse as he clearly lost consistency. Antonio Conte decided that he could give Romero's career a fresh start, as Lukaku was the player he needed at Inter. Alongside Lautaro Martinez, Lukaku conquered Serie A, and the long-awaited Scudetto was surely worth 74 million paid for him. In summer 2021, Lukaku was back to the Premier League, as he was signed by Chelsea for 113 million euros. However, his season for the Blues has been far from good. Lukaku has only scored 5 goals so far, 3 in September and 2 in December. Despite his poor run of form, his market value is still high, 100 million euros, so a club to sign Lukaku from Chelsea will surely have to spend a lot. All these players have had different careers. Some of them are still on elite level, some of them are about to retire, while some others are going through a rough patch. Still, all of them are the world's football's finest, worthy of spending tens and hundreds of million euros to get them. Are there players who can take their place in the future? Share your thoughts in the comments. See you soon!